Most deals don't fail at closing. They fail at the LOI. Today, we're breaking down how elite buyers and sellers structure a winning letter of intent, the document that quietly decides who controls the deal, who loses leverage, and who walks away richer. This is not theory. This is how real deals are shaped behind closed doors. Stay until the end, because one overlooked clause in your LOI can cost you the entire transaction. The LOI is the deal before the deal. Many people treat the LOI as a preliminary step. Experienced dealmakers know the truth. The LOI is where the deal is actually won or lost. Once signed, everything else, due diligence, legal docs, negotiations, happens within the boundaries the LOI creates. Attorneys refine language. Accountants verify numbers. But leverage, expectations, and momentum are already set. A weak LOI creates months of friction. A strong LOI creates inevitability. Opening intent. Confidence without commitment. The opening section should clearly state intent to pursue a transaction while avoiding binding language on economics. This is a delicate balance. Too soft, and you appear unserious. Too strong, and you give away leverage before diligence. Sophisticated LOIs sound decisive but conditional. They signal readiness to transact without removing flexibility. This tone sets the emotional foundation of the entire deal. Defining the transaction structure. Early, one of the most important and often underestimated sections is transaction structure. Asset purchase, equity purchase, merger, or hybrid structure fundamentally changes risk allocation. Buyers typically push for asset deals to avoid unknown liabilities. Sellers often push for equity deals to simplify taxes and maximize net proceeds. A winning LOI states the intended structure clearly, while acknowledging that final structure may evolve based on diligence and tax planning. Avoiding this discussion early guarantees conflict later. Valuation. Anchoring without overexposure. Price is not just a number, it's a psychological anchor. A winning LOI establishes valuation expectations without locking either party into assumptions that haven't been verified. Smart buyers use ranges, formulas, or references to normalized EBITDA. Smart sellers ensure the anchor reflects the business's true earning power. Fixed prices before diligence invite renegotiation. Flexible pricing mechanisms preserve credibility and trust. Working capital adjustments. The silent battlefield. This is where many deals quietly go wrong. Working capital targets determine how much cash, inventory, and receivables are delivered at closing. Poorly defined targets lead to last-minute disputes. A winning LOI addresses working capital methodology early, even if final numbers are determined later. This protects both sides from surprise value transfer at closing. Payment structure. Where risk is really allocated, cash at close feels safe, but structure determines reality. Deferred payments, earnouts, seller notes, and escrows are tools buyers use to reduce risk and sellers use to bridge valuation gaps. A winning LOI outlines payment mechanics clearly enough to prevent misunderstandings, but flexibly enough to adapt. Structure often matters more than headline price. Sophisticated sellers understand this and negotiate accordingly. Earnouts. Design or disaster. Earnouts can either close deals or destroy relationships. Poorly designed earnouts create incentives misalignment and post-close conflict. Winning LOIs define earnout metrics, time periods, control rights, and dispute mechanisms upfront. Buyers want performance-based protection. Sellers want achievable objective targets. Precision here is not optional, it is survival. Due diligence. Scope. Power in the details. Due diligence clauses quietly set leverage. Broad diligence rights favor buyers. Tight timelines favor sellers. A strong LOI balances both. It defines what categories will be reviewed, how access will be provided, and how long diligence will last. Undefined diligence invites delays. Overly aggressive diligence scares sellers. Controlled clarity keeps momentum alive. Exclusivity. The clause that changes everything. Once exclusivity is granted, Leverage shifts. Buyers gain focus. Sellers lose optionality. A winning LOI treats exclusivity as a negotiated asset, not a default right. Smart sellers trade exclusivity for speed, price certainty, or reduced conditions. Smart buyers tie exclusivity to clear progress milestones. Poorly negotiated exclusivity traps one side and empowers the other. Confidentiality and information control. Deals fail when information leaks. Customers panic. Employees speculate. Competitors exploit uncertainty. A winning LOI clearly defines who can know what, when, and why. Confidentiality is not just legal protection, it's operational risk management. Clear rules here prevent damage before closing even happens. Management continuity and transition. Buyers worry about what happens the day after closing. Sellers worry about being trapped indefinitely. A strong LOI addresses management transition expectations without overcommitting. Consulting periods, retention plans, and knowledge transfer are outlined at a high level. This reduces uncertainty and builds confidence on both sides. Conditions to closing. Protecting. Without paralyzing conditions. Protect buyers, but too many conditions signal fear. A winning LOI includes only conditions that truly matter: satisfactory diligence, financing approval, regulatory clearance. Sellers should push for clarity and deadlines. Buyers should avoid vague escape hatches. Clear conditions reduce renegotiation risk and accelerate closing. Binding versus non-binding. Absolute clarity required. This section must be explicit. Price and structure are usually non-binding. Exclusivity, confidentiality, governing law, and expenses are typically binding. Ambiguity here invites lawsuits and destroys trust. Winning LOIs leave no doubt about what is enforceable and what is not. The psychology of LOI. Tone. Tone communicates intent more than words. Aggressive LOIs create defensive sellers. Weak LOIs invite exploitation. Winning LOIs are calm, precise, and professional. They signal competence, not desperation. Deals close faster when both sides feel respected, even while negotiating hard. Why most LOIs fail quietly? Most LOIs don't collapse immediately. They decay. Momentum slows. Trust erodes. Renegotiations multiply. Eventually, one side walks away. The root cause is almost always poor structure, vague language, or misaligned expectations set at the LOI stage. Strong LOIs prevent slow failure. The strategic advantage of preparation. Elite buyers and sellers prepare LOIs long before they're needed. They understand their non-negotiables, risk tolerance, and leverage points. They don't improvise under pressure. Preparation turns the LOI from a formality into a strategic weapon. What a winning LOI really does. A winning LOI doesn't guarantee closing, but it dramatically increases the odds. It creates clarity, protects leverage, and maintains momentum. It filters unserious counterparties and aligns serious ones. Above all, it turns uncertainty into structure. Final truth about LOIs. The best LOIs are not the longest or most complex. They are the most intentional. Every clause exists for a reason. Every omission is deliberate. Master the LOI and you control the deal before negotiations even begin. That's how you structure a winning LOI that protects your leverage and keeps deals moving forward. If this sharpened your thinking, hit like, comment your biggest takeaway, and subscribe for more real-world insights on acquisitions, exits, and high-stakes business strategy. See you next time.